And welcome back to Black Renaissance. Please welcome the author of Right This Second, Lynne Allen. Kira, welcome.
Thank
so
you.
happy to have you. I have your book here, a beautiful book. I've been able to kind of leaf through some of the amazing poems in here, and they truly are amazing. This is a new work for you.
Yes.
So talk to me about what inspired some of the poetry in here.
So it's kind of an interesting process because it's actually a memoir written in poems, which is different. Not that every poet isn't in some way telling their own story, but it really is chronological, which is a little different. And I actually got my first review yesterday. It was 5 out of 5 stars in the San Francisco Book Review. So
Great.
that was a really nice affirmation. And since it came out just 2 months ago in April, I've had already a little tiny bit of fan mail of people just saying it's such a gift to feel a sense of connection around what it means to be living as a rape survivor, as a PTSD survivor, dealing with racism, all these different things, and yet being solid in recovery, being solid. And that's really what the book is about.
There were some very heavy themes in your poems, but handled so beautifully and with such gorgeous language. You have a piece, just sort of an excerpt from Right This Second. Tell me which poem this is, and let's hear it.
Okay, it's called This Is Who I Am. This is who I am, ending off 27-year addiction. Can I stop? When I stopped living loaded, I stopped to breathe. I learned to tell my truth through poetry. I got to see me. I got to know how to say no. I got to find my marrow. I got to say, baby girls, no more rape. No more rape at home. No more rape. No more rape at home. I got marrow. I got backbone too. I got marrow. I got backbone too. I got to speak up. 2 people, 2,000, don't matter, because I'm going to tell my story. You ask who I am, and I'll tell you. See, I'm a poet. Gag off, tongue free. I'm a woman. So proud to say, I treasure my golden brown skin. I trust my intuition, because when I honor my voice, I got marrow. I got backbone, too. I got spirit. I got endless choices, because I ain't never going back to being voiceless. I fight and I write for every woman who need this good news. You precious. You got to make your own way. You got to overcome by giving the molesters back their shame, praying for sisters who still numbing their pain. By making a decision to live without dope, we learning you got to speak up to cope. You ask what I want and I'll tell you. See, I'm a poet who wants your gag off and your tongue free. I'm here to say, speak up, speak out, find your marrow, find your backbone too, find your spirit. Find out we got endless choices, long as we ain't voiceless.
I got marrow. That's amazing. I'm like getting chills like listening to it. That's beautiful. And it's really seems like your book has a theme in there of finding your identity as a poet through poetry.
Through poetry,
you
definitely.
also have an organization by the same name, Right This Second, that helps other people tap into the poet inside of them. Tell me a little about that.
So I came up through a program called Poetry for the People with June Jordan when she was still alive.
Yes.
And learned so much about poetry as a tool for community organizing through that organization and through that school environment. And so I've really just taken that and shaped it really to work with, particularly with women in recovery, women who are rape survivors, kids in juvenile hall. There's just a whole host of possibilities and ways that when we just sit in our silence and sit in our isolation, we really, really struggle and feel like we're the only ones this ever happened to. But when a group of women comes together and they see themselves and they hear themselves in the poetry, when they can let those secrets out and find their sense of identity, it's a game changer.
It can be life-changing.
It definitely is life-changing.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Kira. The book is called Right This Second. You can actually see Kira on July 11th at Kingston 11 in Oakland, performing with other poets as well. For more information about Right This Second, you can visit the website, writethissec.com. That's writethissec.com. We'll be back with more Black Renaissance after the break.